Welcome back to Bikini Bottom Inquirer. Today we're going to reveal the Epstein list.
SpongeBob, Johnny Bravo kicking by the beach bar. TJ making
I'm back. I didn't care about what you were saying.
He's back. It wouldn't be an episode without a total failure.
Riverside break. We've started having Riverside issues, haven't we? We were like,
Yep.
this is incredible. This is perfect. And then it's broken now.
I don't know what the problem is. Chester,
Yes.
I wanted to real quick just hear from a commenter or two, because I had something that I wanted to address with you.
Absolutely. What have I done? What
There
have
was
I
a
done now?
comment that we already talked about earlier this week, because I was curious.
Sometimes Ty just sends me comments out of the blue, and it's like, oh, that's concerning.
Yeah. No, yeah, I just, sometimes I see him and I'm like, that's funny. I need to show him and address this. But Psycho
Yeah, you'll get that.
Trip Nerd Stuff, I believe is their name. They said, how dare you play that Lego Island music? You just unlocked forgotten parts of my brain. And that was on your All Grown Up episode, your Rugrats episode. I sent that to you and I was like, LOL, did you even include Lego Island music? Because I don't know what Lego Island music sounds like. And you were like, I certainly did not.
I'd never even heard of Lego Island.
Pulled up the OST on YouTube and just flipped through songs. And then I found it. I was like, oh, you did include Lego Island music. You included, I think it was called Park or something.
Yeah.
And
It's the
you
kind of
told
like
me,
mall song. It sounds like you're walking around in a mall.
and it's very like compressed and like old school feeling. And you told me that you got it from Sims. Were you talking about the original Sims? Like which Sims were you talking about?
It's called Sims Dreaming or something like that. Let me search up
Sims Dream.
Yeah, it's called A Place in the Imagination by Sim Dreams Online.
Sim Dream.
Yeah, Sim is capital, Dreams is capital, but they're one word. Sim Dreams trademark. That's what the audio file says for me. I've had this for like since PewDiePie used it back in like 2019 or something.
Interesting. Because the reason I ask is because you said it was like from Sims or whatever. I tried to find it. As far as I can tell, it's only from Lego Island, so I don't know where it came from or how. So how did you get it in the first place? I guess.
So originally PewDiePie used it in like 2017 in one of his vlogs, and back in those days he was using a lot of kind of acid grunge background music that I loved. And I've stolen most of the songs that he was using back in the day, and I've used them for these ones. They were just small artists at the time. And he used that one, and I searched it up and found it originally and downloaded it then, and I've been using it ever since.
Okay. Well, as far as because I said, oh, that's weird that they would use the same music. Maybe it's stock music. It sounds weird. I don't know. As far as I can tell, game-wise, it was only ever used in Lego Island, but maybe...
My assumption is because it also includes, my version includes a person speaking at the start in like a crunch-down audio saying a place in the imagination, which was a very common thing for lo-fi at the time. I reckon this is probably like a slight remixed version that an artist then posted like to their own page and did some effects to like kind of steal the copyright.
You know, you and I, you've mentioned maybe wanting to do an episode or a video about the shorts on like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or wherever, where they're like super manipulative with the nostalgic music in the background and stuff like it being like, we can never go back or whatever. There's this one track that they use over and over and over, and that is someone's like reimagining or recreation of a track from Donkey Kong Country, Aquatic Ambience.
That's right. Or we know it's not the same as it was. That one, they use that a lot.
Yeah.
But, I'll send this one to you because it sounds very similar to like it is obviously that song, but they've done a bunch of effects and stuff.
Okay,
to make
that makes sense. I was just so curious about that because I liked the song. I remember noticing it in your video, but I did not place it at all.
So. I've been using it as a theme song on previous channels and reviews since, like 2015 or so. I've been using it all the time. It's been one of my favorite. It was the theme song for C&B Extra for probably about 2 years there, back in the day as well.
Well, I'll probably snatch it up from you and use it in the future.
My shit! Not my shit, dude!
The last one I wanted to read. If you had one you wanted to read, that's fine. But you also wanted to get back into the topic. So I just want to say, this is from Molatera789. They said, is this a safe space to say that the Seema Zargami picture on the Wikipedia, the one used in the boardroom scenes, makes me think of the uncanny Mr. Incredible meme, where he's like, do you know the Mr. Incredible picture that he's talking about? Yeah, because after they said that, I was like, holy crap, they're right. That, because I remember thinking it looked familiar, and I didn't know why, and now I know why. It's because she looked like Mr. Incredible in that picture.
There's just one comment here that brings up 9/11, and I'm not going to go into it because we've been spicy enough this one, and I'm going to say things.
I don't think I even saw that one. Did you respond to it? Maybe that's why.
No, I haven't responded to it because I don't want to I don't want to get spicy. There's been so many comments just on the Nickelodeon's the Rugrats All Grown Up one. There have been so many comments of people that were there on the day that watched the special.
I was there on the day.
Were involved in the commercials and all this type of stuff, and on the website, and voted in Decade in Diapers. And like,
I definitely didn't vote.
Episodes didn't get in.
I don't think we had internet or a computer at that point in my house, so I definitely didn't vote. But I would definitely watch the episode.
It's so cool. Like you forget, like, it was a huge event, and as you say, like with the VHS tape you have, is like they made a lot of these. Like it was a big deal, so everyone saw it. It's like being like, oh my god, I can't believe that I watched a Michael Jackson music video. It's like, of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, it was a moment in time. You can never go back.
It's really special. I really like it.
This one just popped up when I closed out the filter. This one never popped up on my feed, but what is an Australian if not a Brit with a criminal record?
What the fuck? Who said that?
I don't know. When I closed out the I have responded filter, it popped up at the top. Even though it's not appearing in my app version of it, it just appeared. It says, I can't even read their name. The Otaku X 5959. What is an Australian if not
they're
a
an
Brit
otaku, so no one gives a shit.
with a criminal record. That's another thing.
Ignore my figures. Ignore my figurines.
I sent you a meme earlier this week. It was like, are you winning, son? That meme. But the son's response is, I'm harassing British people on Discord. I was like, me when I send Chester a message.
That's very funny. Super quickly, I sent you a little YouTube update, which is relevant to some of us YouTube people.
Yes, you did. And I wasn't sure why you sent it. Yeah.
Because I'm very happy about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Happy about that idea. I don't think it's going to affect us. So YouTube is putting in a new revised partner program rules with better authentication. So once again, they're algorithm type stuff to work out what stuff has used like AI generated voices, generated media and all that, and is mostly using that and then not monetizing it, it seems.
Trying to get rid of those slop content farms.
Yeah, aims to remove like spammy content, which is fantastic.
I mean, it's a majority of YouTube. I mean, it's the majority of the internet, frankly, but especially on YouTube.
This is what I think combats that whole like dead internet theory, is at a stage, people aren't going to want to sponsor that shit and pay money for more AI to view more AI-made stuff. Companies aren't going to want to pay to like keep that rolling. That would be the one thing that could stop that machine from rolling. Realistically, is if it's like, well, we don't care about putting in for AI-made stuff.
Sorry, I'm getting hit with some crazy deja vu right now. I'm like having a episode, but keep going.
But yeah, I don't know. Once again, YouTube is really shit with their algorithms, so I'm expecting this to be like a shotgun blast.
Well, I would hope that it also
rather than a sniper.
Right, yeah. My hope would be that it would maybe combat people who are just like reposting other people's content with themselves down in the corner, like silently, like just sitting there like they're reacting, or like the other Who Needs Normal channel where they're just reposting other people's clips, like that kind of thing. A lot of like the live streams that do lo-fi music now have to put in made by people and not AI or whatever.
Yeah, it's just stuff like that makes me quite sad. But yeah, it's like I understand it as a tool. I understand that people will defend it as anything, and I use it as a tool as well. I use it as a tool for stuff where I'm like, I don't need any super important information out of this. I don't need to trust the information. I just need you to write this in a slightly longer format or something like that.
I like it as a tool.
Even then, sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this. But
I use different AIs for different purposes. Just for some of the, like, I don't know, I can't think of a good example, but there have been times where I've used it as a tool. I've never had it do my work for me or make something for me, like music or whatever. I pay people to make my music. I pay people to do my translation even, which is something that they're really pushing AI to do now, is to translate things for you. But at the same time, I fear the future, especially, I don't know what it's like in Australia, but here in America, companies are firing people left and right and replacing them with AI bots. And I don't know what the world looks like in 10 years when nobody can get a job because AI has taken all the jobs. And it's not like we haven't been through this before. As machinery, like as robotics and stuff like have improved over the years, it's like people have been replaced with machines before, but it's like this feels almost more widespread because it's not just physical, it's creative and verbal stuff now. Like nothing's off the table anymore. It's kind of scary.
I have considered it a little bit because obviously I'm writing books now.
Yep.
I'm writing books at the moment. And I've considered it a little bit. And I'm thinking, I'm not actually concerned about it, at least on a creative front, because AI will never get to a stage where it can actually create. It can only regurgitate.
And I'm not really either. I'm more concerned about the practical, like you can't even get a fast food job because AI just does it for you at this point. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm speaking more on, like, there is a very big issue on Amazon with AI books.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The way I think about it is if someone is happy to buy an AI book and read it and enjoy it and buy that instead of my book, I never wanted them to have read my book in the first place.
That's fair.
That's not the audience I'm interested in. And if people really enjoy AI YouTube shorts and AI YouTube like videos, they're not people who I want watching my videos anyway. And most people are not those types of people. Most people do,
I would hope,
care about individuals and care about that would just be the way that, like, that's what YouTube is doing here with doing this whole monetization thing, is just like, this is not stuff that is worth advertising and it's not stuff that's worth viewing.
Yeah,
I think that will be the next follow on from people, which will just be like, yeah, why would I watch this if it's like not real?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they really should be like prioritizing like high effort content and not the low effort crap in the first place, which they haven't been doing that for a long time. So
it's like the Nintendo eStore type of thing. It's like, why aren't there filters here?
Yeah, that's fair. It's improved, but like Nintendo's one for the Switch too. I mean, I've definitely seen improvement, but anyways, let's rank some SpongeBob games.
Let's rank some SpongeBob games. Come on, gamers.
Number 1, Napoleon Dynamite on VH.
Put him away. Don't want to see that shit. All right.
You don't like Napoleon Dynamite?
I do like Napoleon Dynamite. Okay.
All right, so where we left off.
We were told to be a bit nicer and actually include some of the Game Boy games and DS games and stuff.
I think there was like a comment or two, but the problem is I just don't have that much experience with them.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. I've played a little bit of the Dutchman one.
Okay.
Played even less of the Battle for Bikini Bottom. I almost said Battlefront. I've played even less of SpongeBob Battlefront. But
I would consider this one, I've played a fair bit of this one. I would consider it probably in this kind of range here. Like, it's a better 2D platform than that one.
Oh, yeah.
I would play this one before it at any stage.
Right. I will concede to you as far as that one goes.
Okay.
The Dutchman one is also alright. There's some interesting stuff in there where I think they were working off of an early design doc from Big Sky or Callisto. Because like the story's a little bit tweaked in there, and I think that's because they were working off of an early draft, and I think that's why it was tweaked. Gameplay wise, I mean, it's I guess I mean, personally, I'd rather play Super Sponge, but quality-wise, it's probably above Super Sponge. It's probably right there below where you just stuck. Yeah, I would probably put it there. Because, I mean, they're made by the same people, and they're, like, built off the same engine, so they're largely similar games, from what I recall.
Did you ever play SpongeBob Typing?
No.
Okay.
I never learned to type. I still peck keys.
I never played this one either.
Is that the movie game for GBA?
Yeah. Oh, also, I was just going to swap these out really quickly because we had the PC Bikini Bomb game.
I didn't even notice.
PC SpongeBob Bikini Bomb game, I would probably consider a high C. It's a lot of mini games.
I was going to say, never played it. Never played it. I remember looking at it back in the day when I was like, I wanted to get a copy of Battle for Bikini Bottom, but I didn't have a PS2 at the time, and so I was like, oh, I'll just get it on PC. They have a PC version, and then I realized, oh, it's like a completely different game.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at screenshots and seeing that it did very much look mini-game-ish. It didn't look anything like what I would expect.
The movie game is a point-and-click. Like, it's the exact same as this one, but it's the full movie story. So it's actually quite... I enjoyed what
I was going to say, the movie game's probably definitely above Battle for Bikini Bottom, because I've seen footage and it looks like one of the higher tier PC games for sure.
I haven't played enough of it to know if it's in C tier, but we can check it down.
I know it's got some references to Zork in there.
Zork,
the text-based adventure game. There's like a line in there where he says you'll be likely to be eaten by a Gru or whatever.
Let's steal the moon.
Some stuff about Hasselhoff, I remember. Basically, all I know about is like from Did You Know gaming videos, but yeah.
That's right, yes. Typing, we can skip over.
Just put typing in F tier.
F tier? Sure.
So
Lights,
we already
camera,
ranked
pants.
Lights, Camera, Pants. That is an interesting
For console.
conundrum. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yep.
That is an interesting conundrum. I like it. First of all, I will never say that I hate this game. There's a lot of... I mean, it's an interesting concept in the first place to have it be a party game, but you're like competing for roles in a movie, and depending on whoever wins gets to play the role. I remember it being very hard, like playing it by myself. I don't know if that was just me being I don't know if that was a skill issue. I remember it feeling really long and grindy as well, trying to get all the different parts and finish out the movie. What are your thoughts or your background on it?
I'm just going to question something really quick. Do you feel like everything should move up? One, the top two games should go to S. The two main games should go to A. Everything that's in C should go to B, and everything that's in D should go to C.
I would leave F as F, but sure, yeah. I mean, we can.
I feel like
because we're not gonna have an S tier if we don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not like I love Cosmic Shake. I'm not gonna like. I mean, I may put it above them, but like I feel like we've kind of skewed everything a bit.
We were tired that day. I'm still tired, but
we're angry. We were angry that day. There we go.
I couldn't string a thought together at the time. Yeah.
Okay. Because the reason why I did that, I would personally consider this a high C. There is no situation where I would play this.
Really?
Realistically. Like, it's fun. I would never pull it out of the box. I would never load it up. Unless it was like you and me sitting down.
I was gonna say maybe
we
probably should sit down and
either.
Well, I guess if we could try to stream it, like, because we could need to try to like host it off of my computer and see what happens. But I've dabbled in it here and there. I can't say that I've pulled it out in the last 5 years or so, but
exactly. You see, exactly. I would rather play the terrible Rugrats board game one, because at least it's so bad that it's like there's stuff to talk about.
I don't think it's bad.
That's what I mean. It's in the middle. C.
And I guess if I was going to play a party game, the problem is I've just never really had the opportunity to sit down and play it with other people. And I only ever played it solo growing up, and now that we're talking about it, I'm kind of like itching to go back and pull it out. But
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't feel confident putting it. I would put it in. I would prefer to bump. I mean, personally, for my own taste, I would bump Rehydrated down to D and put Lights, Camera, Pants where Rehydrated was. If I were saying what I feel.
I'd agree with that. I would play both of these and that before I would replay Rehydrated.
Yeah. And I mean, the only time I'm ever going to pull out Rehydrated is if I feel like playing the game handheld on Switch. So
yeah. The PC version. Do you have any experience with the PC version?
I watched you stream it once, and I don't even remember much about it. You were doing like a scavenger hunt or something. I don't even remember what the frick it was.
Yeah, I love it. It's very similar quality-wise to Employee of the Month. But what's really interesting about it is, so it's the exact, so it's the whole like they're making a movie in Bikini Bottom, so you're going around and doing quests for people to get them as actors, and the stuff you find around the map is stuff that you can use as props and all that. And at the end of the game, depending on how well you've done, depends on the amount of people that you can have in the film, the amount of props, the amount of extra scenes, like all that type of stuff. And if you don't have enough people, scenes are just empty. Like there's just scenes with like little stick figures of like they didn't have someone to be in that scene, so they just have like a little like stand-in prop. Like they have I think a lamp with like a face on it or something to stand in for people if you don't have enough people for different scenes and all that.
That kind of made me think, as far as the console version of Lights, Camera, Pants, I think the main thing I really enjoyed about it, and like what gave it so much replayability, was being so like interested in how, like, because each character can fill each different role, and it plays out differently on some level with each character, and like I felt this draw to have everyone fill every role at some point, and so I played a lot of it, and maybe that was why it felt so grindy, was I was trying to grind out all of the different roles. But I think that is the fun thing about it, because there was a lot of jokes in there that it was like, with some characters it landed and some characters it didn't land. And
yeah, it's same with the PC one as well.
As far as the PC one, I mean, I've never played it. I watched you play it once. I would say, if I were going to rank it based on what very little I know, I would put it right below the console version, but you don't like the console version, so.
Do we put them together then and see?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm getting Discord notifications. What the frick?
What the what?
It's not you, it must be some server or something. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable putting it there, that's probably where I would put it.
I would probably consider it here, personally. Like, I would play it before these ones, but like, that's fine.
Right. Well, I feel like those other two are probably above it from my perspective, but that's just, I don't know.
Yellow Avenger. Have you played much of Yellow Avenger?
No, in fact, I always remember seeing it, like, when it came out, and thinking, oh, I need to play that, and I never did. And I recently booted up in an emulator, and I say recently, this was probably like the beginning of this year, maybe end of last year, and I was not expecting it to be what it was, like a side-scroller kind of thing. I was still imagining it would be some kind of, what do you call it, a 3D platformer. I mean, it is a platformer, but it's a side-scroller for the most part. And I don't... What is your experience with this game?
There's parts of me that's very impressed with it for what it is for the console that's on. I think I got about an hour into it, and I hit some wall that I just couldn't work out how to go next. And at that stage when I was playing, there was basically nothing on the internet of like guides or anything like that. I don't know what it's like now. I could not get further in the game. And so that sours my opinion on it a little bit when that stuff kind of happens in games. I also don't remember the gameplay being particularly fun. all the platforming being
I
particularly
played
tight.
the PSP version. Is there a DS version, or am I misremembering?
I played the PSP version too.
Okay, so I didn't love it either, but I feel that way about a lot of PSP games. The PSP was very limited with its control scheme,
Yeah.
like only having the one stick. It really makes games like that really hard to emulate because you feel like you should be able to do it one way and you just can't because of the way that it was built in the first place. But it's not my favorite. I would probably put it down above Rehydrated.
Up here?
Yeah, I haven't played enough of it to say for sure, but my experience with it is it's not that great.
Yeah, I would consider that. I would be, with more time, I could perceive it possibly rising up to a C or dropping to an F. Very, very much depending on how the late game goes. But I'm happy with it there. This is going to be probably our trickiest one to place. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Oh, sorry. Creature from the Krusty Krab.
Yeah. So this is one I've played all the way through because I did the video on it. It's very special to you, I know. And we've kind of debated about this game multiple times over the years because, our first real interaction was when I was working on that video for that game. So that was a lot of what we would have been talking about. I grew up with the DS version, and I liked it.
Interesting.
My parents never got me the console version. I never felt like I needed to ask for it because I had the DS version, I guess. I don't know. But it does some interesting things, and I like the concept of it. But what would be my favorite parts would be the platforming segments, and the world just feels empty to me. I mean, part of it might just be its linearity, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot to do. I remember going through the comic book world as Patrick and just smashing boxes. I was like, why am I even smashing these boxes? There's no point. And it didn't feel like, I don't know. It felt repetitive and empty. What is your perspective?
I understand the linearity aspect to it. You're doing a lot of walking through corridors.
Yeah.
But it does, I think, redeem itself because of the amount of different forms that the gameplay does take and the different styles, art styles, visual styles, music styles.
Yeah, I mean,
minigame styles. I understand, like, you can't have the most expansive individual zones if your goal is to do a multi-world jump along kind of.
And maybe that's what I'm getting harped up on. Maybe if this game had just been a 3D platformer, I would say it's F tier. But
yeah,
you're right. It does do a lot of other interesting things,
and it has fantastic collectability. Like I understand the whole like breaking stuff doesn't feel like it means much, but there's the whole like store that you can buy different things in. The different individual collectibles in each map are really difficult to find. I've still yet to find all of them, and the stuff you unlock from the different ones of those for the final races and all that are really like cool to see, and I really like that. Like, that's some of the best kind of post-game content I've seen in a SpongeBob game. I really like that, and just the music is phenomenal. It's Blitz Games' best, absolute best that we've ever gotten from Blitz Games.
What about Glover, though?
It's the absolute best we've ever gotten from Blitz Games.
I've been thinking about Glover a lot lately.
Clearly. I would consider it. Let's just chuck out some tiers here and we can kind of see where we can work out. I would consider it bottom of A. I would consider it behind the movie game.
I mean, looking at what we have in the other tiers, I think that's fair.
Oh, really? Okay.
If I were to rank it, I would probably put it in B, but the other games in B aren't that special in the first place.
There's a big drop-off between A and B, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And I feel like our putting like Rehydrated down that low is probably going to be very controversial. In my personal, list would probably look very different, obviously.
Yep.
Lights, Camera, Pants would be higher, other games would be lower, but I think it's fair to put Creature at the bottom of B.
Okay.
Or A, not B. Hey, sorry, I misspoke.
And what we might do is at the very end, we might rework this a little bit. Like, I don't think Operation Krabby Patty is better than any of these games.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Or probably any of these GBA games. I think these should almost be flipped.
I enjoy Operation Krabby Patty, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Next game then. Do you want to put the DS version
I haven't
up there,
played
or?
the GBA version, but yes, I do want to briefly talk about the DS version because in a lot of ways, the way that the game is structured, the way that it splits up the different characters and does different forms of gameplay, I feel like the DS version kind of accomplishes that better in some instances. I enjoy the way that the gameplay plays out a little bit more. Like, especially the Patrick segments just feel a lot more interesting to me personally. There's kind of the plot felt more meaningful, I guess, but also just the mechanics. It relied a little too much on the touchscreen, I will say. A lot of like the SpongeBob stuff specifically, you're like turning cranks with the stylus and stuff like that, and honestly, you're like moving with the stylus, which is a very weird choice. You're like swiping to move, but there's this the part where there's a part where Patrick's spaceship blows up, and you have to go around and collect all the rocket parts. I don't think they do that in the console version.
No. I don't think
And
so.
I remember missing out on that in the console version because that was one of my favorite levels in the DS version. Because you're like on the moon, and it's really interesting. If I were putting it on here, I would probably put it below Operation Krabby Patty and above
Here?
BFBB Game Boy Advance. I'm assuming you've never played.
Yeah, I'll
version of
trust
it.
your judgment on it.
I mean, it does some interesting things. There's like a train sequence where you're like smashing boulders and I don't know.
It's very expansive
Yeah,
for a DS game. That's pretty cool.
it's a surprisingly good side scroller for what it is. But I've never touched the GBA version. I don't know what it's like. So
Atlantis SquarePants for the Wii.
I don't think I ever played it for the Wii. I played it for PS2, but
Same version, yeah.
it could be the same version. I have a feeling there, because the way the game is designed, there could be some very different stuff in there. They could have some different mini games based on like motion and stuff. But
From my memory, it's just slightly better graphics, and literally there's no motion. It's just so for the walking segments, you're just pressing the buttons.
they didn't do motion. Okay, because
there's
I
no
remember there
motion.
was that whole thing where they talked about doing a shooting mini game for the Wii version, and then yanked that out.
Is the first-person photography stuff and all that not in the PS2 one?
Yeah, it is. But the
It's-
shooting,
okay, so-
maybe I'm thinking of Creature from the Krusty. I might be thinking of Creature from the Krusty Krab as far as that shooting mini game goes.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. It's been a long time. So Atlantis SquarePants was one that I rented, and I had it for a long time, but I didn't play it a ton because it was very different than any other SpongeBob game I'd ever played.
Yeah.
The camera stuff was like Pokemon Snap, but
Yeah, it was.
my memory is very fuzzy. I remember some driving. I remember the camera stuff.
Yep.
I think I remember some side-scrolling with plankton? Question mark. But
There's top-down puzzle stuff with SpongeBob and Patrick, where like they're throwing each other over gaps and stuff like that, which is the absolute best stuff in the game. Where there's like ghosts moving around in certain patterns, and you're having to jump over gaps and unlock doors for each other and stuff like that, which is really good. And yeah, then there's the tank driving segments and all that. The main thing for me is I've streamed this probably 3 or 4 times, and I've gotten to about the same point each time. The musical segments are very hard by the middle point of the game. I have never gotten beyond the middle point of the game. I really hate the game for that, because I love the top-down segments with SpongeBob and Patrick. I enjoy the shooting stuff fine enough. There's just back-to-back-to-back musical segments that you have to do perfectly.
I don't remember. I remember the camera parts were the parts that I liked the most. Yeah, I mean, it was never my favorite, to be honest. I mean, I wanted to like it, but it just felt so different, and I hadn't played the console version of Creature from the Krusty Krab, which maybe would have helped me understand it a little bit better, but...
Yeah. I would consider it personally high F, low D.
I was going to say I would put it... Well, I was going to say I would put it under both Lights, Camera, Pants, but I think that's fair. But I would put it above Rehydrated, personally. I know I'm making...
I'd probably play it before Yellow Avenger 2.
I'm making Rehydrated out to be like this horrible game. It's just, there's so many things about it that I just did not love. So I have a personal vendetta here, so come at me.
It's just a big meh. Big meh.
Yeah.
Underpants Slam. Did you ever play Underpants Slam?
I was gonna say, actually, I did play I either played the DS version of Atlantis or the GBA version, but I don't remember which one it was. And it was pretty good. Probably the DS version. So put the DS version probably above Yellow Avenger.
Sure.
Just because.
Underpants Slam is one I've always wanted to try, because I remember Fred5107 made a video, because it was the first sign that we were getting SpongeBob games again when it came back to the Xbox store.
And then, that was the whole thing where they took it off and it went back on, I guess. So I have not played it, but my sister and her fiance had a Xbox One that they didn't use, and they gave... I guess they've loaned it to me. I don't know if they ever will want it back, but when I browsed their store, because I know they have like some interesting backwards compatibility stuff, I did notice that was one of the 2 SpongeBob games you can get on their store that's like older, and I plan on picking it up and playing through it a little bit. It doesn't look that interesting, but I feel like it's one of those things that's like, you're never going to play it anywhere else, so...
Yeah, I'm really interested to give it a go. I'd really love to give it a go, but it's not available here.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I'll have to make a video about it for Bikini Bottom Inquirer, and we'll have to...
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to learn some more history about it, because it was that first sign that SpongeBob games were coming back when it got brought back onto the store. It was that first signal of like, oh, there's like that was when we knew that the license had been taken away from Activision.
I wasn't paying attention back then, so I didn't even know when that happened exactly. I remember the other thing I remember. Okay, that makes sense. The other thing I remember was apparently the movie game was on the PlayStation Store for a minute, but it was like a broken mess, and then they took it off and never put it back on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't played it. So
Draw to Life.
I actually have. I've played through Drawn to Life in its entirety. I wanted to make it. I've wanted to maybe make a joke about it in a video, calling it SpongeBob Rule 34 Simulator.
Nah.
No, it's not that bad. But it's I mean, it's a Drawn to Life game. I don't know that you've ever played those or heard of those. But it's set in the SpongeBob universe and has this whole plot about Doodlebob coming back and taking over, and you have to fight all these creatures that he's made, and you have to draw your own little SpongeBob fish hero or whatever. I mean, you can draw whatever you want, really. But and then like as you unlock different items, like the style of gameplay, like now you've unlocked the bouncy platform, draw it. Now you've unlocked the floating platform, draw it. Like there's a lot of things that you're just drawing, and it kind of gets ridiculous after a while, especially if you're drawing things that are ridiculous. But it is quite interesting the way they just straight up like made a whole, like a sequel to the Doodlebob episode, basically, in this game.
Yeah. I'll leave this up to your judgment. I played a tiny bit as a kid. I don't have very much.
I like it a lot. I would personally...
Top of B, maybe?
I would maybe put it under DS Creature. It might actually be above it but let's just leave it there. I think that's fair.
Sure. The Fry Cook one. I don't know too much about
Never
this.
touched that one. I thought maybe you had but you did Surf and Skate Road Trip. You didn't do that one. So
All right. Truth or Square?
that was a joke in the first video, but honestly, now I don't like Truth. I remember I never played Truth or Square. I didn't play any version of it. And then at one point I randomly was like, I think I saw it on a used games website and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. And so I looked up gameplay and realized it was using all of the Battle for Bikini Bottom music. And I got excited. I was like, oh, it's like a return to that whole thing. And then I did more research and I ended up playing the game and I was like, this is...
about 2 or 3 years ago, I played it on the Xbox Series S. And I got about, I don't know, halfway into maybe the 3rd level or something like that. And I'm just like, this is really boring.
I played a decent chunk of it. I got it, when I played it, it was around the time I was doing the creature video. I may have even streamed it around that time, I can't remember, but it's boring. I don't love the aesthetic of it. It's very linear. I mean, it's a certain type of game. I understand why people who grew up with it enjoy it. But as someone who didn't grow up with it, it just feels boring.
It feels very Xbox 360.
It feels, and I didn't even play it on that, but it just feels so sterile it feels like modern SpongeBob, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to make a wild claim here, though. The video I'm working on, is about the PSP version of the game.
Yes.
Which is a fully functioning version of the 3D platformer on the PSP.
I think the DS also is like a 3D platformer, which is kind of crazy.
So I'm going to treat this as the PSP version. It is incredibly impressive for PSP. I would like to consider it somewhere in D tier.
If I were to play it, I mean, if I were to have played it on a handheld, maybe I would have felt better about it. But as a console game, it just bored me. So I'm fine with that for sure.
Cool. Okay.
I don't know if I would put it that high on there, but you do you.
Above Rehydrate.
Okay. Boating Bash. This is one that I've not played. I watched Riders play it back in the Rehydrated streaming days because I think it was a stream thing that he was doing, like a reward or something. So I've seen some gameplay.
It's drive your car into someone else's car and
it felt like they took the driving mini game from Lights Camera Pants and made it a full blown release. That's how I felt about
such a Wii game. You know exactly what that means.
Yeah,
it is such a Wii game of that era. I would consider it maybe top D, somewhere in the D section. It is a very pretty game.
I don't know enough about
it's very
it.
lovely. I would play it above Atlanta SquarePants any day because it is at least a functional, fun experience. It's just nothing like amazing.
I don't care enough to argue it one way or the other.
Hell yeah. Scribble Pants.
This is one that
the game that sunk THQ.
Me. This is one that confuses me because like I thought it was like a how to draw game, and that is not at all what it is. It's like a mini game thing involving.
Is it like Wario? Basically, like Wario.
Sort of, yeah. It feels like a WarioWare kind of game, but like with a touchpad for some reason, and it's like why? I don't understand why this game exists. I don't understand why it branded the way it is because it's confusing. Back in those days, I remember the Art Academy games were a thing on 3DS, and like there was a Pokemon Art Academy and a Disney Art Academy and then other Art Academy games. And I assumed, oh, this must be like that, but SpongeBob. No. And if it had been that, I would have been stoked, but that's not at all what it is. And I could not care less about this game. If I were ranking it, I would put it in F tier.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and that's that.
Yeah, let's just chuck that in there while we're at.
What? You made a whole video about that.
If it was playable by a controller,
it's been a long time since
I would consider it high B. Like it looks that good,
How do you-
sounds that good.
It's
but
been a
because
long
it's
time
Kinect-
since I watched your video on it. What is it?
It's a Kinect game.
Okay, so it is a Kinect. Okay.
So that's the
Interesting.
only way you can control it, and the Kinect doesn't work.
All right, fair enough.
So,
The
it's
moment
just-
you say Kinect, I'm like, yeah, F tier. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that next one?
Plants' Robotic Revenge.
No, I was trying to look at the other ones that are on there. I was like,
Oh, Clash of the Titans? I have never played that.
what about Nighty Nightmare? Did you ever play that one? That's way
No.
up there. The PC, like, that one was weird because it was like a PC version of Creature from the Krusty Krab, I guess, but it wasn't at the same time.
Clash of the Titans. I'm just having a look. Clash of Triton. Oh, it's just a really shitty looking.
I would have thought that would have been like a Flash game. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, it looks like a Flash game, but it was released on an actual disc.
Interesting. All right. Well, I realized we skipped Nighty Nightmare up there, and I realized I guess you haven't played that one. So
This one is it? This one?
yeah.
Do you have an opinion for that?
No,
one?
I don't have. I don't know anything about it. I just thought maybe you would because you were the PC SpongeBob guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm failing my role here a little bit.
All right. Robotic Revenge. I think I played it one time at a Walmart demo kiosk, and that's my entire experience with it. And I thought it was like, I was like, oh, this is cool as a kid in a Walmart playing a video game. I don't know.
I'd probably.
I know there's a
consider it,
lot of hate for it. I don't know that it. I think a lot of the hate might partially be because I think when it was announced, everyone assumed it was going to be some kind of sequel to Battle for Bikini Bottom because of the plot, and it was called Robotic Revenge. Like, his revenge with robots.
I think a big thing of it is still that era of hate reviews on YouTube as well. This has never had a second look. No one's done what you did with Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and be like, hey, let's actually look at this a bit differently and let's
I'll
talk
get right
about
on that.
this. Rather than, I hate everything to do with this, I hate everything about this, I hate everything, like all that. That's all that the discourse was. There was no insight, there was no discussion. It was just blind, like the hate review stuff.
Is it better than the multiplayer mode in Rehydrated? Because they give me similar vibes.
Yes.
Then could you move it above Rehydrated for me, please? Thank you.
It'd be my pleasure to move it above Rehydrate for you.
The multiplayer mode's really holding Rehydrated back down there.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that Squidward mode was supposed to be a pretty big deal. You know, I thought we were supposed to, bring back all that content.
Yeah, I need to go back and play Robotic Revenge one of these days. I'll get around to it eventually.
Hero Pants is, though, functionally a broken game. It doesn't work.
Never touched it.
You clip
I think
through
I might
most
have
of the
played a
backgrounds.
demo of the 3DS version, but yeah.
SpongeBob's feet are for 90% of the game, are cut off by about halfway because he's just walking in the terrain. Like, it's that type of game.
Well, I will submit to your judgment on that one because I have no opinion. I just know everyone hates it.
We're on to the new stuff now.
Now this one is interesting because it's like I feel I like the game now, but I don't know that I feel as strongly about it as you do. So my guess is that you want to put it at the very top.
I would consider it peak of S.
I wouldn't, but
Where would you put it?
I mean, if I were ranking it for myself, I would probably put it top of A. Because I think it's a really good game. I'm not saying that's where we need to put it, but I think it's a really good game. I still feel like there's some stuff about it that hold it back for me.
I think I can concede to a top of A. There are some parts where, like, I would still probably load up Employee of the Month before Cosmic Shake.
And that's kind of how I feel about it. And I need to go back and finish
that's
it.
my preferred era of SpongeBob.
Right, exactly. S tier is clearly the nostalgia picks for us at this point.
Yeah. Oh, not anymore, baby.
I was gonna make a joke about it. I was gonna say S tier. real quick, as far as Cosmic Shake, it's like, it's obviously a really high quality game. I really love the worlds that they crafted, but there's this certain purple lampiness to it that
It's kind of a game milliness, isn't it?
I wouldn't
like
call it
game-milliness.
game milliness necessarily, but there's this certain, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just the Unreal Engine or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I get a vibe of it where it's like, I think it's difficult to divide the vibe between Purple Lamp and the vibe of just modern SpongeBob. Of this feels very plastic coated.
Exactly, the plastic coated. That's a very good way to describe it. And like, I don't love Tom Kenny's performance in the game. I mean, his voice has just changed, but it's very off-putting throughout the game for me.
Yeah,
But I really love all the different worlds. I love the Western world. I love the Halloween world, especially. The Halloween world is like...
Halloween world is incredible.
And the music's pretty freaking good as well. I don't think it's as iconic as any of like the SpongeBob movie or Battle for Bikini Bottom tracks, but...
Glove World is really good.
I haven't gotten there yet. I still need to get there, so we'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get there. But
yeah, I'm happy with high A. So the fucking iPhone game that you bought.
I bought it for Switch, so it's also on Switch. I think I paid 30, 40, 50. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. I was depressed the day that I bought it, and I was like, I just need something to play. I will say,
we talked about the whole the Philip DeFranco thing. Like, this is a low point. That game's a low point.
Yeah. I will say, I have booted that game up many times since I've gotten it, and just replayed through like most of the game. It's a really fun, mindless, like, it's a phone game. It's like something to boot up and just keep your mind occupied. I enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
And where you've placed it is probably where I would leave it.
Okay. Is it the one where you are cooking stuff, or is it the one where you're moving people to tables? Which iPhone game is it?
That's Diner Dash. You're cooking. There's a lot of games like it where you're actually it's a similar idea to Diner Dash, where you're like juggling different, or like Cake Mania, or like that era of PC games where you're juggling different tasks and trying not to lose customers.
It's the same one I have on my phone then. So probably about once every 6 months when I'm in a waiting room or something, I'll kick it up and I'll play a round or two of it, and it's perfectly fine.
And I really enjoy it with button controls. It's kind of like a rhythm game almost at times, because you're trying to remember which button to press at which time, and so I really like the style of juggling customers and food kind of game. It's like that Diner Dash era of stuff. Which, speaking of which, Diner Dash isn't on here.
I think it's cool that we can have different types of games within SpongeBob still.
And we need more of that. We don't have enough of that. We need more of that.
Speaking of different styles.
S tier.
I'll check that there.
I remember you posted a video back in the day, I think about Rehydrated, where you said it was the game you cannot review.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way about the Patrick Star game. It's like one of those games where it's like, I enjoy it, but it's a mess. And also, it's way overpriced for how much content you're getting out of it.
How much is it? I reckon the decider should be, I'm going to look on EB Games, and I'm going to look on Steam, and I'm going to see how expensive this thing is still. I reckon that can be the decider of exactly where we're going to put this thing, because if it's still full part... Okay, it is $60 on Steam.
Holy frick.
EB Games. Let me have a look at what type of thing.
Let me see what it is in American, so I can actually put...
Okay. It's down...
On.
Yeah? It's down...
Amazon, it's down to $18 here. Which I would say is a fairer price.
Yeah, for PlayStation 5 here, it's down from $70 to $28, which I think is reasonable as well.
Yeah. I think...
Okay, so
it looks like the Amazon prices...
The price is no longer a big issue.
Best Buy is still trying to sell it for full price, but everywhere else has dropped it down to like $18 here.
I think that's a fair amount for the game.
And I mean, I paid full price for it. I think I told the story about running around to GameStop and like 5 different
One
stores
copy.
trying to find the game at launch, and GameStop happened to have 1 copy that they just got just in case, and I picked that up. But it's a goofy little playground. It's like, it's a good time for a second. There's also a lot of jank to it.
I mean, I would, thinking about it now, I would be very happy right now to load up a podcast and play an hour of that game and just restart it, see how far I can get into it in that 1 hour of listening to a random podcast. That idea is quite positive to me. I do not feel that way about Boating Bash right now. I don't feel like I could put on a podcast and load up Boating Bash or Atlantis SquarePants. So, how would we feel about a low at the bottom of C?
I was about to say that might be fair.
That's
honestly,
fair.
I mean, I would be more likely to. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would maybe even put it higher in C, but bottom of C is fine.
I mean, I would go, if we're putting it higher in C. I mean, I would put it higher in C. Just saying.
I don't know. Put it about.
Put above C. Put above C.
I feel more strongly against the PC games than I do against console lights, camera, pants. You told me like you just listened to an audiobook while you played through that game.
Yes, I did. Yes, I listened through 2 audiobooks while I played through it, and then what happened is I got to a point of the game where I was like, I'm done, and I traded it back in at EB Games to get full price for it. And so I got a different game, and I was like, I got really sad because like I didn't have anything I could play while I listened to audiobooks with. And I was like, I don't have anything mindless to play. And so then I got back into Genshin and played Genshin while I was listening to audiobooks.
I thought you were going to say you went back and you were like, I changed my mind, give it back.
I found my give it back. Please, give it back.
I sat down, I put headphones in, and I experienced that game, and I had a good time with it because I hadn't like sat down and played a new SpongeBob game in a while. I wasn't a fan of Cosmic Shake when it came out.
Yeah.
So I needed that experience that day when I got it, and it was I don't think I've played it since, but that's mostly because I already saw just about everything there was to see. I didn't 100% it. But
no, me neither. I didn't get that last probably like levels worth of the game, but I was kind of just done.
I got to Glove World and kind of went around and did all the Glove World activities, and I was like, I enjoy it for what it is. Some of the tracks in there, music wise, I liked, but overall, it's the models. We talked about this before. The SpongeBob model specifically scares me. The SpongeBob model in the Patrick Star game is going to be my sleep paralysis demon.
So, one last thing for this list. Each of us, we get to move 1 game. The other person can't argue with it. We get to move 1 game.
It seems scary.
We can't touch S. You can't touch S.
Okay. If we can't touch S, that's fair. Okay.
I think that'll stop us from just both using our 1 move to just move wherever each of us have just moved back into the place. You get to move 1 game.
I'll wait and see what you do first, I guess, while I think about this.
I think, personally, the PC version of Lights, Camera, Pants to top of C. I think I would consider that the best of C.
Okay. I wish I had the mouse. I wish we were on.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. You have to tell me.
So, if I were moving things, you're gonna be mad at me. I would take console version of Creature from the Krusty Krab and put it below Drawn to Life.
It's Drawn to Life.
In the middle of B.
That feels offensive to me.
Frankly,
that feels like you just said slur.
I told you you're gonna be mad at me, but it's like I don't feel like there's any other choice I could make that would be that I would feel that strongly about. I think
this would have gone very funny because my first immediate thought was to move this one in between these two because I was going to consider it better than the movie game.
You could have, but you didn't. So
yeah, no, I didn't. Ow, I got hair stuck in it. There you go. That's our official.
So this is our ranking. List. There's a few games on there we didn't rank because we haven't played them. Don't know anything about them. You can put them all on F tier if you want.
We can make a tier.
We don't have to. That's too much work.
No. That's too much. That's way too much work for this podcast. This podcast is minimum effort, maximum return.
Maybe for you, I put way too much effort into my edits. Did you watch my edit of last episode?
Yeah.
I put some, when I scream, I put the shake in and...
You needed to, though, because the amount that episode broke.
Yeah. And just cutting it where you're like, Reptar sucks.
That was very
Seeing
good.
all that stuff that you did behind the scenes while I was literally sitting there. I didn't even know you could see me in that moment because on my side, I was just gone. I was kicked out. But you could literally still see everything I was doing.
Anyway,
Glad
guys,
I didn't
thank you
say
so
any-
much for... Yeah, the usual stuff you say when we're off camera.
I was just going to say,
thing is-
yeah. No, he's joking.
So much for watching this episode of Bikini Bottom Inquirer. We might do another post on the channel for votes for next episode. We'll go back to our original list and let people kind of vote a little bit. We might vote for a special or an episode for us to watch and kind of review on here. Might get back
And we
to
have
that
some
idea.
other ideas that we maybe we tossed around that we will get into as
Maybe
well.
it's time to do something about Hey Arnold. We've talked about him a bit, but kind of skirted around the actual subject.
I think part of it is just, I watched it here and there growing up, but that was not one that I was not deep into Hey Arnold, so I think I just haven't thought about it.
Fair.
What we really need to do is talk about that Epstein list.